ArcheAge have done it. They've taken what was arguably the height of PvPvE MMO gameplay and turned it into something worse than Bless. Yeah, I said it. What are you gonna do? Tell me that that's not true? Because I guarantee you, after this video, you're gonna be in 100% agreement. Before we go ahead and jump into the video though, I do want to take a moment here to thank every one of our incredible patrons over on Patreon. You guys really allow for me to keep pushing out video after video like this, and I deeply appreciate all of your guys' support. Also, if you have a moment, consider following me over on Twitch. I stream there every weekend. So, here we have ArcheAge War. Admittedly, she was a very cute elf girl. He looked like he had a lot to eat and really didn't want to stand up off of his very, very comfy chair. But here we have ArcheAge War. This is a game that has taken what ArcheAge did well, completely disregarded it, and created a shell of what ArcheAge was, ported on over to every major platform they can, and are hoping to milk as much money as they possibly can, given ArcheAge and ArcheAge Unchained are, well, for lack of a better way of really describing this, kinda dead. Now I think, oh my god, wow, okay. A, I did not have my headset on for that, and B, that was incredibly loud. So, apparently they have a trailer for ArcheAge War. I'm excited for this. I actually loved ArcheAge. I thought it was incredibly fun. Again, cute elven girl. I think we're gonna see some of the same zones, but I think this is either a prequel or a sequel in terms of narrative. Now that was a beautiful pre-rendered trailer, but I mean, that's what it was, you know, a pre-rendered trailer. Here are their mobile pre-registration crap that mobile games love to plague their games with. Then they try to convince you to ignore what's over there because you're paying attention to what's over there. And it worked for a second. I guess, let's see. Yeah, it looks like this is a sequel. It's set after the events of the PC version of the game, I guess. There are four factions. I mean, the zones look good. They do. They look like each region has its own unique aesthetic, which I like. I think is really cool. But like, it has its, you know, the ArcheAge look and feel to it. You know, like you're looking at the towns and they've seen, and even the ships, like everything seems really ArcheAge reminiscent. This game is like, it shouldn't be called ArcheAge War. This game should be called ArcheAge Adjacent, because it's you know, it's kind of like ArcheAge, but at the same time, okay, I like what I see so far. Like, I guess there are a grand total of 5 classes. Now here is what I don't like. ArcheAge had one of the deepest, most complex class systems in an MMO. It allowed you to have one of, what, 2 or 3 different individual skill trees. Choose abilities from each tree and essentially craft your own unique class. You could have a melee class that had self-heals and dots. You could have an assassin class that shot fireballs, and you could also swap to like a bow and arrow. You had a support class that could heal, but you could also use elemental magic and also apply dots. Like, there were so many different versions of a character and of a class that you could play, because you could kind of just mix and match like there were cookie cutter builds, don't get me wrong, but it offered a lot of variety and a lot of depth that just is not present in other MMOs. And it looks as though, I'm gonna be honest here, these are going to be very cookie cutter classes. So I can't translate the class specifically, but this only uses a sword and shield, so it's only a tank. This only uses a great sword. This class looks like it only uses a bow, only uses daggers. So these are very basic, very traditional classes. And I don't like that. I don't. I think that is doing the ArcheAge intellectual property a disservice. Hold on. It looks like, so here we have Asian girls, like the Asian girl race. I don't know what they are. They're Asian girls. We have two Asian girls, a white-haired fantasy Asian girl, and then an Asian guy. It looks like the genders are exclusive to classes. So essentially, classes are gender locked. Now, don't quote me on this. I'm not saying like with any definitive proof that they are, but what it seems like are that the classes are in fact gender locked for specific races. So there are 3 races here, or 3 classes. How are they what? There are 4 classes for the Asian people, and it looks like the greatsword user is a guy and can only be a guy. I know that in ArcheAge there was the hot, like really built big people race, and I actually played one of those, but it looks like all these ones are guys. Western humans, also class and gender locked. And then the elves, there is no male elf. Like, all the elves are women. And don't get me wrong, I am more than happy to have, you know, like a harem of elven women, but at the same time, I would also like the opportunity to play as an elven guy. Gender locking all of your classes after the extensive character creator that ArcheAge provides players is a step in the complete opposite direction. Like, so much of this game already is a drastic departure from the ArcheAge that we all know and love. And even the dwarves don't have the option for females. Literally, like, they made 3 of the races have super hot women, and then 2 races that also have females completely have the female option removed. That is very disappointing. Are these like trailers or something? Okay, cool. We got a trailer actually showcasing the world, so we can see what the actual game looks like outside of its pre-rendered cutscene. An open world. It's a, like, let's be real, it's not an open world PC game, like with a PC open world that allows you to like fly and travel to any corner that you can see. Still, all entirely pre-rendered. You can tell this is pre-rendered. Nothing about this shows us actual in-game gameplay. This is all purely to get you excited without actually showing anything that the game has to offer. I'm assuming this is gonna be like a class showcase. Oh, cool, we get to see the class. Like, the special effects look good, but then the fluidity of their movement looks bad. Like, when you actually see it, even though you can't see the UI, when you see the gameplay of the classes, this looks like a mobile game. It does. It actually does. And it doesn't look like an action game either. It looks like it's completely auto lock on. Just very mobile-ish. Like look at your character. They're literally spinning every direction, automatically locking on to every target. That is not fun. That is not a fun gameplay. Like a fun system, combat system for PC. We don't want to have no actual interaction with our character. We don't want to just set ourselves to auto farm monsters for quests. Like, if we did, then, you know, mobile MMOs would be more successful in the genre than they are. Cinematic trailer preview. I mean, do we really need to see... Oh, she's kind of cute. Do we really need to see more trailers, more pre-rendered trailers with no UI whatsoever? What is this? Is this... Okay, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have clicked that. I don't know. But here we have it. Like, oh my God. I'm surprised. I am. Like, they took such a good game at its core. ArcheAge has not been a good game for years now, but it is still an incredible game at its core. They took what was once a very good, very fun, very successful, very popular MMO. They ruined it. They continue to push out fresh start servers, which it works for them, admittedly. It keeps interest in their game. And I'm not gonna fault them for that because, I mean, you know, if people didn't like fresh start servers, they just wouldn't play on them and then they wouldn't make any more. So evidently this works, but this right here, this is the future of ArcheAge. Like, yeah, we have ArcheAge 2 coming, but we have that NFT ArcheAge game, Arc World. We have ArcheAge War here. Like, by the time ArcheAge 2 comes out, they are going to have completely destroyed the entire ArcheAge intellectual property, and there is going to be no recovering from the damage they have done to their franchise. And admittedly, that is very sad to see. Now, if ArcheAge isn't your thing, no problem, I completely understand. I have 2 different videos on screen though, that'll definitely be of interest to you, that I urge you to go ahead and check out, because 2023 is going to be an absolutely incredible year with some very potentially good MMOs on the immediate horizon.